quick little check in with y'all. I'm using my um, earbuds um, because I cannot use AirPods. They always slip out of my ears. So I have to use these geriatric ones that wrap around your ear because they're the only thing that actually stay put for me. So yeah, that's what we're using today. I hope y'all can hear me. Um, Let me just check my settings real quick to make sure my audio is, yeah, it's on my Bluetooth, which are these earbuds. So it looks like my audio is working. That's great. And hey, UFO Kamikaze One, I honestly just came up real quick before I go into work to let y'all know that I got a job. Number one, um, it's not anything that I'm used to at all. But I'm welcoming it because it gives me something to do on a regular basis, which is what I needed when I came back to Jersey. So, ooh, child. So yeah, I am working. I'm not sharing the location of my job though because you niggas on YouTube are miserable, and what you won't do is steal my joy from me again. I let y'all do that once already. I'm not letting y'all do that again. Plus, I have an inordinate amount of joy anyway, so you would never be able to feel all of it. But y'all did it once, so shout out to y'all for teaching me a very valuable lesson. But yeah, I'm just checking in. Thank you, UFO Kamikaze says congrats. Um, but aside from that, I think I am also going to start Instacarting just to supplement my income because um, it seems like the traditional route of seeking work or employment is not really a thing anymore. At least that's what my experience has been over the past 6 months looking for work. It just hasn't curled over for me, y'all. And instead of continuing to do it that way, like even the things that I threw at the job search in hopes of being able to set myself apart from the hordes of people who are looking for work didn't work. So I am going to be doing probably two jobs until something else turns around for me. Um, it's odd because I never thought I'd see myself in this position. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I never thought I'd be in a position to have to work two jobs in order to just make ends meet and get on my feet, but here I am. So shout out to Mr. Z because he does a really good job of talking about this um, a lot with reference to modern women and how we have essentially driven ourselves into a point of no return. And I put myself in that number because I'm single. Um, and although I don't think I have a nasty disposition in general, but specifically when it comes to black men. But I also just have never looked down upon people for the fact that they're doing whatever they're having to do to make things work, to make ends meet. So, unfortunately, I'm in that number and I have to do these things. And, I'm just trying to make the best of it, to be honest with you. Um, and, I like to say that I put myself in the same number because, like I said, Mr. Z talks a lot about what's going on with modern women right now and, just having to do the gig economy stuff and, uh, even, I mean, other content creators are talking about it too. I was listening to CGA this morning, and even he was talking about like the whole how many women are out here on meds to monitor and um, do things about their mental health. And so, fortunately, I'm not in that position. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I think my mental health is being well managed by the things that I was already doing. So I'm going to continue to do them. But the issue is that, even the people who aren't necessarily taking things that have been prescribed to them, there are people who are also having to, um, you know, rely on um, drugs and alcohol, which is also not something that I have to do, and I'm grateful for that. But, no shade, no judgment. It's just, I think we're all out here doing the best that we can, whatever that looks like, whatever that is. And so, you know, that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I just wanted to kind of hop on and give you guys some information about what's been going on with me and how I plan on taking steps forward from here, but keeping you all abreast of that as well. Um, so, yeah, no pity party over here. There are things that are moving in my favor right now that maybe I don't necessarily have the liberty to give you the details on at the moment. But as you see things happening for me, I'm sure that will also translate on screen. And so, yeah, um, I I think I'm in a much better place than I was when I first moved back to Jersey in June. Um, but I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to, I guess, detox from the corporate world and what I've been used to, and having the creature comfort that I was able to provide myself with before, having those stripped from me, just adjusting to that has been a thing. Um, wow, UFO Kamikaze says he loves the gig economy or self employment. Says, I left the 9 to 5 world well over a decade ago. That's amazing because you did it at a time where most people weren't even thinking about it. I would say within the past 10 years, it has definitely come into focus more so even within the past 5 years. And so it's one of those things where I feel like I consider myself lucky because I wasn't pushed into it. I wasn't thrust into it at a time where it was still very unknown. I think at this point, there's so many more options that people have and knowledge to share that it's not as scary as it was perhaps 10 years ago when UFO was doing it. Now, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, sir, but I am making the connection that you were probably doing it at a time where most people weren't comfortable with doing it, and there weren't very many parameters around what it is you could do and how to do it. Whereas now, I think you have so many more options, and that's something that I'm hoping to use to my advantage. To be honest with you, I'm hoping to, because I'm back in an area that I know very well. That's another reason why I decided I'm going to try to do some Instacarting as well to pad my income, because I'm great at shopping. I'm a woman. If you've ever used Instacart and you got a male shopper, then you know the dread it is to have a male shopper doing your list, knowing that the stuff is in there, but they can't find it because they don't know where to look for it. I can't stand when that happens. And I know if you use Instacart, then you've had that experience before. You see you got a male shopper and you're like, all right, what's going to get cut off my list because he claims they're out of it when it really is there, but they're just not in the right aisle. So I'm looking forward to doing it for that reason, but I'm also looking forward to doing it to add my own little twist to it. I would like to come into it and have like a value added service that I provide simply because I'm the one who picks up and delivers your groceries. I haven't decided on what that is yet. I think it might be something along the lines of like a little note or just something to go above and beyond to get that tip. Um, because I know you get paid whether you get a tip or not, but I really want to strive to do something in such a way that people feel like, oh, no, let me give her an extra $3 because I really didn't have time to do this, or I didn't know where to find this, or whatever the case. So I'm still trying to iron that out. Haven't started doing it yet. So I think it might come to me a little easier once I've done my first few um, batches, they call them. What's up, trying to be fit mom. What's up, Mr. Should to you? He says, I got tons of doubt and ridicule back then. Meanwhile, I was establishing long-term customers and clients all the while. Exactly. And that's kind of where I want to go with it too, which is why I'm thinking about something value added because um, sure, you can get people to do things for you when you pay them, absolutely. But there's something that goes a little bit longer when you add care and concern to what it is that you're doing, where it's not like I'm just dropping your groceries at your door and leaving. No, I want to actually have an organizer in the back of my car so that I have a cold spot, a dry spot, a warm spot, so like whatever it is that I'm delivering can stay at the temperature that it should be so that by the time it makes it to you, you can enjoy it right then and there or do whatever it is that you need to do with it once you have it. And it's, secure, all in one. I just want to do that. I want to do it in a way that when I leave your residence or wherever I'm delivering to, I've left an impression on you that makes you say, I want to request her again. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can request the same shopper each time or what, but I do. I want to kind of create a name for myself in that way. So, in addition to this job I just started, I'm going to be Instacarting because I can't just sit on my hands, y'all. I just can't do that. Like, I've been doing everything I can to get back into the workforce, even to try to get back into corporate. And corporate is like, so what? Why? You're not young anymore. We don't need you. I mean, I don't know if that's what they're saying, but I haven't gotten any good feedback from any of the applications I have sent in with my revamped resume and all. Full of experience, but so I'm not crying about it. I'm not sad about it. I don't feel like woe is me. I don't need sympathy. I just want to be transparent about where I'm at in my life right now. To be in your early 40s, having had a pretty decent salary as early as a year ago to now making pretty much minimum wage. It's an adjustment. My ego has taken a hit for sure from doing this or from going through this. But what I know is that once I'm through with this, it'll propel me to go further than I would have gone if I didn't go through this. So I'm grateful for the time, the tower, but I'm also paying attention to things like I never have before because I'm just trying to be intentional about what goes on from here on out. Um, KP from KC5 says, they say the economy is great though. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you're sitting. I guess it depends on where you're sitting and what your bank account was like prior to. I don't know, KP from KC5. I don't listen to them. I don't know what they're saying. I try not to listen to them. I try to listen to what I am seeing and experiencing for myself because also what works for one person may not work for another. So, um, also just trying to be the best version of Toya that I can be. He says, you have to make personal deals with customers. I have two friends that finessed Uber into executive chauffeur businesses. Yes, and I've actually seen that happen. When I was in Texas, we had employed a driver that we got from Uber to work for our company because we just liked the way that he went about driving folks around. And so he became our designated pick you up from the airport, take you to the hotel, take you to the office. He became our designated Dallas person for that. And he also had his own, I don't know if he calls it a chauffeur business, but he had his own like livery service that it was like, white glove, and he had a really nice black SUV. So he was doing that for himself in his off time. But he was also retired, so it was just a kind of a way for him to keep busy while everybody else was still working and stuff. So yeah, I could totally see that happening too, where I might amass enough clients on a weekly basis that they're like, well, listen, we're all willing to go in, chip in whatever dollar amount a week to reserve you for our this needs. I'm fine with that. I'd be happy to make carve out my own little business in this area, in the Montclair area, because that kind of disposable income is in Montclair. Lots of people from Manhattan have moved into Montclair recently too. So it's like the Montclair I grew up in is no longer existent. It's now a bunch of um, borough transplants that live in Montclair, and the money is there. You know, people will pay for convenience no matter what. So let me do that for you. Let me, while I have the energy, while my knees are still good, I still got bingo wings, but they're pretty strong. Um, Let me go do that for you. Let me go get your groceries. Let me go to Home Depot and pick up your whatevers and bring it to you with a smile and looking like I care about myself, because that's one thing I don't like is when I get a delivery driver, whether it's DoorDash, Instacart, whatever the case, and they come to your door looking like they literally just rolled out of bed to make deliveries. Like, I get it. It's not a high level position. It's not a corporate position, so you don't need to have on a suit. However, I would feel better getting things from somebody who looked like they showered that day, getting things from people who iron their clothes, um, and look like they're happy to be doing what they're doing because they are getting paid to do it. I don't think those are hard things to accomplish. Um, Mr. Sugar to you says same deal. KP from KP5 says, keep going, glad you're back at it. That's right. I don't give up easy. That's the one thing that my haters hate about me is like, oh man, we keep throwing daggers at her. We keep trying to make her suffer, but she refuses to quit and she won't stop smiling. Like, it's a beautiful day here in New Jersey. It's sunny. It's warm. Probably one of the last warm days we'll have before it starts turning into hoodie season, because we're kind of on the we're teetering on hoodie season already. Because at nighttime it gets kind of cool. It's been getting really cool lately. Uh, Freight dispatch are God's gig apps here in KC. You know what? And I think that means Kansas City. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've even done dispatch work before, and I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again. UFO Kamikaze says you have the personality for dealing directly with customers. You'll be fine at whatever you do. Thank you. I have done that. I have done customer service. Like, I've managed customer service teams, like big ones, big call centers. Like, so yeah, I do have a knack for that. Uh, and with this new job I have, I'm front facing, so I get to talk to people every day. And that's an aspect of the job that I really enjoy, because I like, first of all, I'm doing something that I believe in. So it's much easier to get the point across when you're, I don't want to say peddling something you believe in, because I'm not really peddling it. It sells itself. But because I'm knowledgeable about it and I believe in it, it's so easy for me to break down into casual conversation with the customer about what they're in there for. And so that's why I like it. I like my job for that reason alone. It doesn't feel like work at all while I'm there. The only thing that feels like work is at the end of the day when you gotta like pack up and clean up and turn things off. That's the only thing that feels like work. And that's such a small portion of what I do. So it's like, again, I'm just happy to be working again. Very happy to have something to do on a regular basis again. So yeah, I think that combined with doing that, Instacart will be a way for me to get back to that bank balance that I'm used to seeing, at least closer to it. I won't get back to where I was when I was on salary or whatever, but it'll be closer to it, and it'll be more than I've been making over the past 6 months. So I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting new people, because you also never know where things can end up, right? One thing actually always leads to another. Every new person you meet it's an opportunity to expand your net. It's expanding your network. And so I look at it that way. I never miss an opportunity to have what they call small talk with people because it could lead to big talk. Some people who don't like having small talk, and I get that, but I like to run my mouth. That's why y'all see me up here so much because I do. I like to run my mouth, but to a certain degree. Like if I feel like there's nothing that I have to add to a conversation, I'll be quiet. And usually you'll know something's up because I'm quiet. I can always find something to talk about. I can always find something to add to a conversation. But when I can't, oh, I'm quiet, quiet. You'd be like, "Chloe, you all right?" Like, yeah, I'm good. Mr. Ship to you says it's usually dry heat down there. I can only imagine what it feels like with humidity. But Kansas City is landlocked, isn't it? Where's the humidity coming from? Is there a river nearby or something? I don't know. I've never been. But it's a good time, guys. It's a good time. August is about to be out of here. We've got 3 more days left in August because there's 31 days in August. Fun fact, there's 31 days in July and 31 days in August. I was always able to remember that my birthday is July 31st and August is the following month. And so I always know. I also have a friend whose birthday is August 31st too. So we always used to laugh at the fact that, we're literally a month apart. But yeah, August is almost over. I was supposed to be going to a beach event on Saturday, but I have to work. And so I will not be going because I do not want to skip work specifically to go to this event. Although I really want to go to this event, a friend of mine is moving out of state and she's having like a going away party. So I was looking forward to going, but I planned to go before I had gotten this position. Once I got this position and I knew that I was going to be on the schedule for Saturday, I was like, oh, well, won't be going to that. But priorities, right? We can't go to everything all the time. Sometimes you're going to have to miss out on things, and that's okay. Um, I'd much rather be missing out on this to be making some money than missing out on it for any other reason. Um, what else did I want to talk to y'all about? Oh, Love is Blind UK. If you watched it, leave me a comment and tell me what you thought about it. Because I feel like this was a better season than any of the US seasons that I've seen ever. And I haven't been watching it from the very beginning. Those the cat. I've only been watching it since season 3. But Love is Blind UK was really good. Like really good. Even down to some of them not making it to the altar or some of them deciding not to get married. It was still a good season. I like the fact that a few of them actually ended up with other people from the pod after the decisions that they made. I like that. I like the fact that um, even the reunion, how people were getting each other together too. It was just a good season. Also, I recently watched Supercell, so shout out to Artisan MC for urging me to watch that. If you're not subscribed to Artisan MC, go ahead and do that. He does a lot of geek streams, and if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're into um, superhero stuff and supernatural stuff and that kind of thing, then you're gonna love his channel. You're gonna love what he does over there because he talks about it from a black point of view, but also an intellectual point of view, which is something that I can really appreciate. Hey, Rain Fire Designs, he's another one that be over there trying to tell me, hey, you need to watch this. Cooking with Sir Senior. Shout out to Cooking with Sir Senior. One of my day ones. One of my day ones. Cooking with Sir Senior. UFO Kamikaze says, life is crazy. You may end up receiving job opportunities from customers based on interactions alone. I've met people and found opportunities I never would have at a 9 to 5. Exactly. And I think that that's what life is kind of encouraging me to do. I really feel that life is pulling me in a direction that I've never been in before so that I can stumble upon some interactions and opportunities that I wouldn't have if I was cooped up in an office all day. I think I've done that enough to know what that is, what that is like for me, that maybe it's too stifling for who I am and where I need to be in life. And I'm okay with that. There's a lot of acceptance going on my end these days. Um, I've just been sitting with the decisions I've made and also just what life has thrown at me, and just kind of been grateful for still having a soft place to land despite some missteps, we'll call them. Because I don't necessarily feel like I made any mistakes with either moving to Texas, staying in Texas, or coming back to New Jersey. I feel like all of it was necessary for the growth that I've experienced over the past 2 to 3 years. And like UFO said, life is crazy. It's not linear. Life is never like this. It might be for a moment, but soon it's like all over the place. I'm sorry, my laptop is on my lap, so every time I was moving, it was moving too. But yeah, life is crazy. Life is not linear. I embrace all the do overs in life. I'm glad to be here. It's a great day to be alive. No matter what other people are doing, it's really important to just hone in on the things that work for you. And I could keep going about that, but I won't. I will just say that I feel great to have had the opportunity to um, pivot. Like even with this job that I just started, the owner shared some personal details of her life with reference to when she had to pivot and move back in with her mom. And I felt really seen in that moment because it's not something that I feel ashamed of, or it's not hard to talk about. But you do run that risk of when you are being vulnerable about where you are, talking to someone who perhaps maybe hasn't experienced it yet or doesn't have the ability to connect with you on that. And so it felt really good to have somebody who I could connect with on that, but also to remind me, which is what everybody has been telling me, is that it's temporary. And so when you go through these times in life and you don't lose sight of how temporary it is, I think, depending on the type of person you are, I'm the type of person that I'm not letting the moment go by or the temporary nature of it just be light with me. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything from it, and that if I ever find myself in a position similar to this again, that I navigate it with ease because I've already been here, if that makes sense. Because that's the thing. Again, like I was just saying a minute ago, life is not linear. It's not just going to be one smooth line going across. Like every year, you're just going to, oh, we're just going up a little bit. Oh, it's just another year. No, it's not like that. Life is up and down, sideways, catty corner. I mean, life is just life. And luckily, I'm still living it. I feel blessed to be here and to share with y'all whatever I'm sharing with y'all. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of good news. The last time I did a live stream, well, not the last time, but a few times ago when I did a live stream, I was celebrating my birthday. So shout out to everybody who helped me celebrate that. Much appreciated. Um, and yeah, so I also wanted to address something with reference to the next time you could see me. I don't know when that will be because right now I'm really just honing in on the new job and what, training. But also once I start Instacarting, I might live stream from the car. Like I might figure out a way to incorporate Instacarting into how I live stream. It might not be different content. It just might be, I gotta get a holster for my phone though in the car. I don't like the ones that sit on the windshield. I feel like it's probably the best vantage point for the viewer, but I don't want nothing just obstructing my windshield. That's the only thing I don't like about that. And I have a GMC, so my vents go up and down instead of sideways. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I can get a vent clip, but I'll find something. I'll find a way to affix my phone so that it's stationary so that I can live stream while I'm doing deliveries and stuff and bring you guys in on that part of my journey in case anybody cares to know. Um, but yeah, I do look forward to continuing to create content and let you guys know what's going on with me. Yeah, I recently went on a date. I had a really good time. So we'll see where that goes. Um, I don't have any. I don't have any romance news to update you guys on. Other than people from high school knowing that I'm back in New Jersey wanting to take me out, which are past. If y'all went to high school and y'all know people from high school still, then you probably know why I'm saying that. But yeah, no romance news to update y'all on. But when there is some, I will give you an update. In the meantime, uh, drop down in the comments if you're watching this later and tell me what to watch in my spare time because I breezed through Supercell and I'm like, man, I can't wait for the second season of that. I know when the fall gets going, there will probably be some things coming back to TV that I've missed. So I'm looking forward to that. But until then, if there's something that I should be watching, I know Bel Air is back, but I don't have Peacock, so I gotta work on that. But aside from Bel Air, tell me what you're watching. Tell me what you think I should be watching. Tell me what you're looking forward to watching. Love to see that. UFO Kamikaze says, windshield mount is best because it keeps your eyes on the road instead of looking away. You'll adapt your thing around it. I knew you were going to say that. I knew somebody was going to say that. I mean, it makes sense, but as a New Jersey driver, I'm really good at multitasking. Let's just say that. I'm really good at multitasking. So that's why I kind of don't want it to be in the windshield. I can keep my eyes on the road, and I don't need to be making eye contact with y'all while I'm live. If y'all can see that I'm driving, then you see why I'm not looking at the camera, right? And I think y'all would want me to be safe first. So, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted. You'll see what I come up with. I'll check in with you guys again soon. And I hope you enjoy your hump day. We're more than halfway through the day, so enjoy the rest of it. Make it count, and then you can look forward to the weekend. Cause Thursday will be here before you know it, and then Friday is really a throwaway day. Like who really counts Friday anymore, right? Am I right? Especially if you work in corporate, you don't really count Friday anymore. We're winding down the summer, starting to look forward to holiday season. That's another reason why I decided I wanted to do Instacart too, because we're going into holiday season, so people are going to have a lot more stuff that they need. People are going to be forgetting things. I'm hoping to pick up a bag from everything that folks couldn't get out while they were out. I'm cool with going through all the crowds and, you know, whatever the case. As long as I have these in, I can listen to whatever I want to listen to while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. You can't stop me. My swerve game is on point, both in a car and on a cart. So I think this is going to be good. I think this is going to offer me some freedom and fluidity that I've actually never had in my adult life. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like having two jobs where I can pretty much set my schedule and do as much or as little as I want. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being able to take the time. to do what it is that I want versus what I am made to do. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna sign off now and get ready to go into work for the day. And the next time I speak to you all, hopefully I'll have an Instacart update, and maybe I'll have some things in the comments where y'all have told me some stuff to watch. No pressure. Anyway, in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. You know how I like to end my streams. I always like to tell y'all peace, ease, and whatever you please because I actually mean it. Thanks for watching.